Hello, my friend.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Just trying to get adjusted here.
So good to see your face.
Good to see your face. I'm just moving on. Forget it. How are
You're
you?
good. You're good. You're good. I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's getting so close. The event is so close.
It really is. I just like, you get so caught up, like Christmas, you just get so caught up in like all the preparations, or you're having a baby and you're just like nesting and you're doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Then sometimes you forget what you're actually preparing for.
Yeah.
Like a new baby, Christmas morning, like what's more magical? Well, I will say this is more magical than having a baby, but maybe.
Pretty exciting. So I want to talk about what people are going to get when they come and spend time with us, because that's really what they're coming. They're coming to spend time with extraordinary humans, those who are speaking on stage, but those who are brought in. So it's like both. It's like the speakers that you have gathered. I mean, holy freaking crap. We've got Glennon Doyle. We have Jody Moore. We have Jasmine Starr. I mean, name some off. This is a...
Have you heard of Keira Poulsen? Like, Keira Poulsen is the bomb. No, and let me just say this, if you haven't heard this before, Keira was the first one that we brought on before Glennon. And my partner and I, like, usually we'll run things past each other, but I was like, no need. This is like, I'll get emotional thinking about it. Like, there was no question. And I knew that Minda would love Keira as much as I do. We've been on this healing journey together for, I would say, at least a decade or more. And growing our business, growing ourselves, healing from really, really painful traumas in our lives. And so to be able to partner on something so fun, and she just brings this like love, energy, manifestation, spirit, and just like God is my partner. Like God is in all the details, and she has taught me to tap into that even more. And I just like, you're just this. What do I call you? Like a little fairy of like sprinkling happiness and joy and like good juju. That's Keira. So, and then the other speakers we have. Amy Gregory, who's like one of the top realtors in the nation. Meanwhile, she's a mom, busy mom, really showing what's possible in her field. We have Julie Paisley, who is the cutest redhead she's not living in the South now, but she did live in the South. So she talks like this, and she loves all things pink, and she travels, and I found her, I don't even know how I found her, years ago, and I've been following her and admiring her. So for me to be able to bring in all these people that I adore, I feel like I'm just creating the best party ever. Yeah, and then we have Jen Navarro, who's a good friend of Minda's. And she's she's a former makeup artist, and she kind of shies away from that because she's really into tapping into your authenticity and tapping into like showing the real you in your business on video, on social media. And then we have Jess with Mixers, Jess Poulsen. And she's just another amazing woman that's juggling motherhood and has created this company where it's a health product drink mixes. My daughter-in-law uses them. She's like, Jennifer, they have saved my life with a new baby. Like, they give me energy. I didn't know that she was using her product. So these are just the kind of people we're bringing. I hope I didn't leave anybody out. Oh, we have a new person coming on. I'm almost sure. I don't know if I can announce it just yet, but we have a new person that should be joining the lineup too. So her name is Sally, and she's awesome. But Jasmine, Glennon, Jody, Patrice, like, all of those women are an example of what's possible, and all of them are very real and very candid about the challenges that it took to get them there. And those are the people that we want, are the people that are like, hey, this is hard, but it's doable, and I'm going to show you how, and it's going to be fun. It doesn't have to be freaking grinding and crying at night, even though I've been crying lately at night because it's been hard. Oh, and just to add a little fun to the mix, well, I don't know why I'm even sharing this, but it's been a rough few months with my health. I think I've shared that. We don't need to get into it. COVID, staph infection, surgeries, all of the things. Well, don't worry, I got lice last week from my daughter. And then I accidentally gave it to Minda. So my business partner and I are like, oh, just add that to the list.
Throw some lice in. That feels right. Let's just sprinkle some lice.
I had the lice lady out. I've been treated. I'm officially lice free. My daughter says, Mom, you're not the lice of the party anymore. I'm like, oh, honey, we're not joking about lice right now. This is not funny.
This is too close. It's too close.
Anyway, so a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I honor you, because the amount of work that it puts, that it takes to put this type of event on takes a warrior. And we already know you're a warrior. You are a warrior. You are a fighter. You are a creator. You are audacious. And that's what this event is. And what I love about this event is that we are breaking all the norms, right? Like, we're all mothers to a lot of children, right?
Yes.
Like 5 kids. You have how many kids?
5 kids, a grandbaby, and 1 on the way.
Yeah,
so
yeah, right. So we get like lots of children. Most of these speakers are mothers. Most of the people who are coming, they're women who want to become unstoppable in every area, and not just business. Because you know, and I know, we talk about this all the time. Entrepreneurship is the #1 way to clear your crap out.
It's like fast track to personal development. And if you want to look at all the little cobwebs within you, go ahead and become an entrepreneur. It's so much, it seems like a lot of fun, that theory of it, and then you get into it and you're like, oh, whoa. Can I just create? Can I just like come up with ideas? It's so fun. But
yeah,
real change happens within us when we challenge those parts of ourselves. And what I'm really proud of too about our lineup is that it's such a diverse audience in terms of religion, in terms of demographics. We have just a very beautiful, diverse speaker lineup that from very different backgrounds, very different, you know, it's just, we wanted like a very diverse group of women as our speakers. And that is what we are seeing in terms of who's coming to the event. But what we all have in common is that desire to live with a higher purpose, and to actually not just have the desire, but to do what it takes, because desire isn't enough. You have to be willing to get lice and to plan you the unstoppable event from your bed, because that's what's happened. Most of this event has been planned from my bed. I'm not a sickly human being, and I have been in bed for probably 40 days of the last 3 or 4 months. I mean, it's been nuts. Of course, I squeeze in a trip. Every time I start feeling better, I'm like, okay, we're going. Then I come home and I have to recoup. But I just think I'm not unique. You're not unique, Keira. We're unique in that we don't give up, but each one of us has something beautiful and magical to share with the world, and we're meant to do that. So we're here to help you remove the blocks so that we can create a ripple effect of powerful women, showing other women how to make a difference, how to live their best lives, how to break through, how to break free, and how to help other people. I mean, it's just this like domino effect. I love it. So anyway.
Beautiful. And what an example of being unstoppable, right? Like, you've been unstoppable. All these things have come to try and stop you, and you've moved through it. You moved through the surgery, through COVID, through lice, through all the other things, right? You moved through them. It's almost like you right here, right now, moving through all the things that have wanted to stop the event. You're like, hell no. Like, this event is happening. You've 2-feeted this in, and I think there's something powerful when we gather as women. That's the magic. When we gather as women who are done playing small, women who are like, I am here to impact, I am here to make a difference, and I will do whatever it takes to do it. I will show up in my PJs. I will show up with freaking lice, whatever it takes, right? Like, this is the energy. And imagine, I can only feel what's going to happen when we're all gathered in the same place with the same intention. Like, everyone's life is going to change after this event simply by being in the vibration.
Just being in that high vibration. Yeah.
Right?
So at a cellular level. And that's what's really our mission and our desire is to help the women, including myself, because this, like, I'm growing through this. We'll all be growing through this, but growing together. And I know oftentimes people even look at me and they have this idea that somehow it's like, how do you do it? I mean, I'm doing incredible things. I'm living a very full life, but there's no free lunches. There's nothing about what I'm doing that's just like, oh my gosh, like, do I manifest things? Yeah. Do I like create magic in my life? Yeah. But it takes action. It takes trusting. It takes believing, and then it takes receiving. And I just think about like all these women coming together, and you know, being in the entrepreneurial world, kind of a funny story. We went to an event last week trying to meet people that, you know, just in the entrepreneurial world. And I've always just been in the healer kind of coaching energy world, which is very different than the boss babe, badass woman world. Like it's very different. And so I went to this event last week, and it was a beautiful event, but the music was loud. I was very overdressed. I looked Amish, you know? And they were just walking around. These cute little handsome waiters had little free alcohol, and it was just like a very like a great energy for that vibe. But my like what I want is the vibe of like, we don't have to like, you know, show up in a certain way. We just show up as you are. Like, this isn't a competition. This isn't, we're not influencers, we're inspirers. Like, we want to inspire people. And it was just funny because we lasted about 15 minutes, and then we're like, you know what, we're good. Thank you, but we're good. And we left. But and again, it wasn't, the event served the purpose that it served, and it was great, and it helped a lot of women. But what we're really committed to is creating a place where we can think, where we can connect, where we can collaborate together, and where we can have those like deep transformations. And the speakers that are coming, I still pinch myself that like the dream lineup. It is like the dream team lineup. Yeah. So are we going to share a little surprise with them that's happening too at the event? Are we talking about
what surprise? Tell me about the surprise.
Well, we have some little tricks up our sleeves. They're going to get some little gifts from us. Well,
oh, yeah. Of course, yes. There's a lot going on in my world. Yes. Yes.
I know. I asked Keira the other day, I'm like, do you have an evil twin? Not an evil twin, a beautiful other twin. Because what you do, I feel like you need two of you.
I got a lot of spiritual helpers. I got a lot of angels on my team.
Yes, you do.
So yes, so Freedom House is publishing your collaboration book, which is it's extraordinary. And it will be officially live at the event. You're going to be giving it out to all of the people at the event. Do you want to tell us the name?
Yeah, it's called Unbreakable: Historic Stories of Triumph Over Trauma. And these women this has been a journey for them, and a journey for me as I've been guiding them through it, as Keira's been guiding them through it. But these are women that have done my training, that have gone through the DIG program, and that have come to me in with some very deep traumas and challenges, and just life challenge. Just really beautiful stories of how they've taken that, have been able to not overcome it, but come to a place where they're thriving in their lives, and they share the most intimate, beautiful stories in this book of their triumph. And I sat and read it. I went up to our mountains, up to our ranch this weekend, and I was reading the stories, and my husband was like, will you read me your sisters? And my daughter's like, I want to hear. And we're just all in tears driving up together, and just in tears, because the bravery to be really real about your story is what connects us. That vulnerability connects us, and it's what inspires us. Because like, I know for my sister, she used to look at some of her past mistakes as something that defined her, that she was embarrassed about and ashamed of. And for her to finally own it and realize that is a victory that she was able to overcome, that is actually what is going to draw people to her and make people feel like, oh my gosh, if she did it, so can I. And every one of the authors in this book, they just brought it. They brought it. And it is powerful. And we're going to, like I said, every guest at the event will have a copy of Unbreakable. So it's really cool.
It's been such an honor. When we do collaboration books at Freedom House, I spend time with each co-author channeling their books. And this experience was so beautiful for me to get to know these authors and to like see their brilliant self shine through. And their stories were so impactful. And the book is about being unbreakable. Their stories should have broken them. Their stories should have broken them down to nothing. And instead, they rose. They rose like a phoenix. They rose with more strength. They rise with hope. And that's what this book is about. And so it's a victory for all of us. Victory for all of them for writing their stories. For us, that we were able to get it published in time for the event. That was no easy feat. And it's going to be here. And it's going to be in everyone's hands. And I'm so excited about it.
I am too. I just been so, it's been a little bit touch and go if it was going to happen.
But that's like how all really great creations happen, is there's a lot of resistance and there's a lot of struggle. And this book has been that. It has been a birth of front labor, back labor, the whole thing, right? It's been the birth. And those are the most glorious creations. So I know this book is going to change everyone's life. Everyone's so lucky to have this book. I feel so lucky to be the publisher of this book and to have walked that path with you.
Oh, I love it. Well, many, many, many good things are happening. And just to reiterate that none of this could happen if we didn't collaborate and support each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think as an entrepreneur, as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a daughter, there's times we all feel lonely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I know I felt lonely in the last few months because I've never really dealt with like these kind of health challenges that literally I can't do the things I want to do. I'm like a free spirit. I want to enjoy life. I want to, you know, it's been challenging. But I think about what we're creating here with this book, what we're creating with this event is a reminder that we don't have to do it alone. Yeah. It's a lot harder. You can, but if we want to have more ease and grace, find support, get the help you need, and it's in all areas of our lives, right? And so I just think about this book is such a symbol of what this event is about, and the event is a symbol of what our lives are about. It's just all of it is just connected, and like nothing about the book was seamless. Nothing about this event has been seamless. Nothing about life is seamless. But does that mean it's not a good idea because it's hard? Does that mean we shouldn't do it? I think I was raised with this funny little thing like, well, you know, if it's hard, maybe that's a sign you shouldn't do it. Well, if that were the case, we would never get married. We would never have kids. We wouldn't have presidents of the United States. We wouldn't have doctors. We wouldn't have lawyers. And we wouldn't have Unstoppable, right?
It's the truth. And I am still working on my book. That my hope and miracle is that it is published in time for this event and that I can give it out to everyone. But holy hell, it has been a beast to finish. So I'm speaking it out loud here so that it actually happens. It's called God is My Business Plan. And the whole book is a guidebook. It's a guidebook on how to build business with God and how to build business with your angels. And then also the technical things. Like, it's actually a guidebook. It's not a book that you like, it's not just stories. It's like, hey, here's how you're going to start your podcast. You're going to buy this. You're going to do this. And you're going to hook it up to Zoom like this. It's like literally like if you want to know how to build your business, it's a guidebook on how to build those things, but then it's also like, how do you do it with God? Because
I love that.
That's the magic that I wouldn't have a publishing house if I hadn't been inspired by God to create a publishing house out of nothing, right? Like everything that we do, you wouldn't have this Unstoppable event if you hadn't been inspired to create it. Like,
there's many times I've asked God, like, why did you tell me to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded really fun in the beginning, and then, oh my gosh, it's just been, but it's those reminders that I go back to of the why, and the why was to help serve those women that want to make an impact in the world. Yeah. Because I've been that person that just wants to do that and doesn't know how, not knowing how to grow it, or maybe I'm in this position where I'm already doing what I want to do, but I feel stuck. And I just think that's what I love about whenever any conversation we have, you talk about God and you're like, yep. And I think about every difficult challenge I've had in my life. Like, I've never been alone. I think that's the biggest lie that we tell ourselves, is that we're alone. And then we alienate ourselves from God, from friends, from family, from support. And so again, this is the ultimate like love fest and reminder that we are not alone. Yeah. And like, much like your book, there's going to be tactical strategies at the event. Yeah. There's going to be tools that we're going to share. We're going to reach every level, every layer, every facet of your life. And whatever your end goal is, whether it's a business or just being a better mom, a better wife, maybe you're hoping to have some inspiration. If you come with an intention and with a willingness to receive, you will get that, and you will grow and you will expand in ways that you never thought were possible. I mean, that will happen.
Yeah. So intention is everything. Intention is everything. And our intention holds a space for this event. right? Like the amount of spiritual work that's going to happen I haven't even told you, girl, we're going to magic weave this whole thing, right? Like the intention that's going to happen in this event, it will change your life because that's our intention. Our intention is that you leave 100x in every area of your life, that you leave feeling activated, that you leave feeling inspired, and that you leave with this passion reignited in your body to go forward and impact humanity. I mean, if every single person who comes to this event impacts 10 people after the event, like hundreds and thousands of people are going to be impacted if only we impact 10. But I know every person who comes to this event is going to at least impact 100, if not more. This event is the catalyst that changes hundreds of thousands of lives. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Get my preacher out.
Amen.
Amen. I start preaching, but I feel it. I'm so honored to be a part of this. Like, thank you for inviting me to be a speaker. I have deep gratitude. And also, Freedom House is a sponsor of this event, which means Freedom House authors. You're going to see Freedom House authors every corner at this event. We have like at least 15 or 20 Freedom House authors joining us. And I get to teach the Lunch and Learn on day 2, which is pretty much I'm just going to be unblocking people's creation blocks. So if you are feeling blocked, that Lunch and Learn, you're going to come out. And
I think what's cool about it is before Keira was a publisher, before you're a publisher, your zone of genius is truly clearing blocks.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that you're wanting to up level in your life, whatever it is that whether you're a realtor, a photographer, a coach, a healer, a mom, or all of the above, who knows?
Right.
It's a universal, the principle is universal in the way that you remove blocks. It's like, and together there, we're going to all have that same thread of wanting to connect with ourselves and connect with others and connect with God in a deeper, more profound way. And that will happen. So I'm excited. It's like 2.5 weeks away. I still am just like,
oh my God.
It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
So here's the deal. Right now we have a code for Inspire 100. It's $100 off the tickets, which are already on sale. So grab a ticket, come and join us, and it's going to be worth your time. Say yes to you, and by saying yes to you, you're saying yes to your family. You're saying yes to those customers that you might be helping. You're saying yes to the cashier at Walmart that you might want to get impatient with, because the more work that we do individually, that is going to make the biggest impact in society and in our world, is each of us individually doing our work and growing ourselves so we create a more loving space, everywhere we go. So say yes to you. Say yes to world peace.
I love it. And I think, the thing I want to end with is there's something, whoever's watching this, there's something in your heart that it won't quiet. Like it's tapping on you. It's a creation. It's a program. It's a business. It's a something. It's a book. It's whatever. It's a creation that has come and tapped in your heart. And if you lean in and say yes to that creation, if you lean in and say yes to being in a space where we hold the intention for that to come alive, for that to actually be birthed, every area of your life will get better. Every area will be wrapped in momentum. Every area will actually expand in success, abundance of time, of money. Everything flows when we say yes to the creations that ask us to bring them to life. So let's bring that to this event. I know I'm going to be walking around the whole time. Like there's no backstage for Keira. So I'm sure you're the same way. We're going to be there. We're going to be in the hallways. Like, come talk to us. Let's create some magic together. Let's weave some magic. And I'm just so excited. So let's do this.
Thank you. I can't wait. I hope to see you all in Scottsdale, September 16th and 17th. And Keira and I are both just very, DM us, message us, any questions you might have. I love to get on the phone with people that are trying to figure this out and just to help you, walk you through it, because I'm so committed to this. I want as many people as possible to benefit from this creation, which I don't take personal credit for. It is a creation that it is a collaborative creation with amazing women with so much. So reach out to me if you have any questions. And like I said, hope to see you soon. Thank you, Keira.
If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.